Yay! Where's the other thingy? Oh, there it is. Yay! Danny still has the blue. Danny still has the blue in his eyes.
I like it though. It's character.
Oh,
that.
it's just that was crazy. He changed the background, but he still had the blue in his eyes.
Oh, now he's changed. Now he got him self-conscious about his background.
Well, now that nobody's watching, it's okay. So we could just welcome everybody to episode 317.
317.
Boom.
All right, we're going back to The Simpsons. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with the.
I don't know. It's probably because of the light in the back.
It looks like Danny's the Terminator.
I'll be back.
Well, now we got him all flustered. And...
Yeah, no, you fucked him up now.
God, maybe you should have let him in earlier, Vin. God, could have figured it out before we went live.
I mean, you were sitting in here alone by yourself, not answering people.
With
if we want to be honest. If we want to be honest.
3 hours.
I'm sure.
Yeah. It's the
This
TV.
is...
Whatever he's watching on TV, you could see the reflection.
Okay, whatever.
Or now he.
No, now it's
on...
us, but that's fine.
No,
it doesn't matter.
Now I get to watch myself in your eyes.
We always see the reflection of you just haven't been paying attention. I always see the reflection of Danny's things in his eyes.
Oh, that makes me feel good though. Now I get to stare at myself.
Yeah, I don't even see myself right now. My computer is extra being slow right now, so I just see the circle just going. So
like,
as long as everybody else is able to see me, that's
no, we're good. Let's roll.
So what's up, boys? It's WrestleMania weekend. Week out from baseball.
Yeah,
excited for Shane McMahon to return to wrestling this weekend at WrestleMania and fight Seth Rollins and piss everybody off.
Is that who the surprise person
So they're doing the whole Cody Seth doesn't know his opponent thing, and he's going to be in the ring, and then
I thought it was going to be Cody.
Everybody believes it's going to be Cody, but they're trying to not official. They want him to basically re-debut at Mania.
Sure. Okay. So I haven't
basically do what the Hardy Boys did, but
sure.
Much
I haven't
more
been paying
open
attention.
about it.
Is anything good happening on Saturday? Because I'm not watching Sunday night.
Austin's going to be there for.
Why you're not watching Sunday night?
It's just going to go too late.
Sunday's going to be the Cody
watch
one.
An hour of it.
So Sunday's going to be Cody though.
I don't need to see that.
Well, and I'm sure, and McAfee is going to be Sunday as well.
Yeah, but he's going to be early Sunday. I would assume he'd be one of the early matches. Or no, they may do the Seth Rollins match early to get the hype, and then,
I don't know.
So they're doing that whole thing, and there was like jokes all day, and Danny left.
No, we lost him. He said his computer was being slow. It's all right. He'll be back.
There were jokes today about what would people do? Oh, he's back. Danny's back.
There we go.
So the joke today was, what would people do if, Seth Rollins is in the ring and you just start hearing Goldberg's music playing?
I'd turn off Peacock.
And I sent it to Jay, and he goes, I would be on the first flight back to Florida before he gets to the ring.
Jay's going to Dallas? Cool.
Jay's going to Dallas, yes. I think his uncle or cousin or somebody's meeting him there for a couple of days. I actually know a bunch of people going.
Snacks was supposed to go.
I know a lot of people that are flying there today and going.
He's actually getting a new job, so his first day is that Monday.
Okay.
So can't do that.
Yeah, a lot of people are flying today because it's SmackDown tomorrow night in one of the smaller. I want to say where the Stars
they moved
play.
SmackDown to Thursday night,
or 2 nights from now. Sorry, Friday night is SmackDown.
Yeah. Well, Thursday when you're listening. Sorry,
Thursday when you're listening. Sure. Yeah. But Thursday, instead of the Access thing that they used to have, they're doing basically a WWE shop that people have to pay to get into.
Okay,
that sounds lame.
It sounds pretty lame. But then it's if you bought a SmackDown ticket, you got the Hall of Fame also.
Oh, okay.
Which
Because
is
SmackDown goes till 10 o'clock, which is 9 o'clock there.
I
and
didn't think
Taker,
about that. When are they doing the whole thing after SmackDown? I mean, live.
I guess after SmackDown. Yeah.
That's
They're
so
recording it
dumb.
after SmackDown.
That's
Yeah,
so
but it's
dumb.
going to be live on Peacock after SmackDown, I guess.
And also no one's gonna watch NXT.
Well, that's Saturday during the day. Nobody's planning to watch anyway. Nobody watches
No,
That's
NXT.
that's
anymore.
weird. They should record it after and then put it on before Mania on
Saturday
Saturday.
during the day. Saturday
that's
instead of the
what they're
Or
stupid
doing.
before
NXT.
Mania, you start 8, right?
7 usually.
Okay, so put it on at 6:30. Put it on at 6. I don't know.
No,
however
it
long
takes
it
a lot
takes.
longer. Taker just the theme music is an hour.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Hold on, are you talking about NXT or the Hall of Fame?
No, I'm talking about the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
well, you have the Steiner brothers and then all the dead people, so that they want to put in there because it's Taker's here, so they're putting all the dead people. Except for Psycho Sid, which is crazy.
Oh, that's right. Psycho Sid, Vader, Taker, and Steiners.
Well, Vader's dead.
No, I know. I'm
So
running
he's
through
not
the
gonna-
people that are already on it.
They're
obviously.
also they're giving the Warrior Award to that the guy who was in the water a couple years
Right.
ago and threw his son towards like the lifeguards and then he drifted
Right.
away.
Right.
So they're giving him that award. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
At the end of the day, does it really matter who's going in because
It's
Taker?
just Undertaker. But it's about time for the Steiner brothers, obviously Vader. So it's a good class. And Psycho Sid, obviously. So it's all good. All guys
Sure.
that would be considered Hall of Famers.
Yeah. And also it helps because their nephew or one of their sons, which one's is I think it's one son and one nephew, is in NXT. Is like a big shot in NXT now. Braun.
I honestly haven't been following.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yes, Colin Kaepernick has been named honorary captain for this Saturday's spring game of Michigan.
Okay.
I
Oh,
find it
Harbaugh.
very
Harbaugh.
I got yep.
sure. Okay,
Harbaugh.
that makes I didn't make that connection either. That makes sense. I don't know why, and I guess I do know why. He's gonna be a name forever. But there was a thing like a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
Where he was
him
like,
and
"I'm
Tyler
ready to
Lockett.
come back," and then
Tyler
I
Lockett was throwing balls, getting balls. thrown
yeah,
at
and then
him.
somebody was like, I mean, this is obviously people on Twitter, but they were like, if you would choose Colin Kaepernick over Deshaun Watson as your quarterback, you're crazy or something, or no, the other way around. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I get what you're saying, that what Colin Kaepernick did isn't a bad thing, and Deshaun Watson allegedly did.
Yeah,
bad
it's pretty
thing.
stupid to
But
mix
Kaepernick's
those two up
37
together.
years old and hasn't taken a snap. And if my choice is take the suspended quarterback or take the bad quarterback, I'm between a rock and a hard. I'll take Mitch Trubisky. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
take
know.
neither for 100.
yeah. Can I draft anybody?
Here's
Okay,
the question
speaking
is,
of drafts-
what's Pete Carroll thinking in Seattle? Like, is he that perfect guy to just bring in there at this point? Because
I think they plan on drafting somebody, but
Yeah, I think so too.
yeah, but who's there to draft?
so here's this
Malik
is
Willis probably.
The
Right, I
biggest,
wanna
the biggest
ask-
thing that I've heard today, by the way, and I was watching the McAfee show actually. One of them did like they're gonna do like each person. They have like 5 people on that show. 6
Yeah.
people. Each
and
one
they're all
doing,
different
like,
fans of different teams.
Yeah, so each one's gonna do a top 10 mock each week leading up to the draft. I think it is.
Mhm.
Smart because of a
The
month
one that
away.
they did today was the Giants and Steelers trade, and the Steelers are going to move up to that the first pick we have to take Willis because they're afraid Carolina's going to take him because I think it's Jacksonville, Houston.
No, it's Jacksonville. Oh, it's Jacksonville, Detroit, Houston, Jets, us, Panthers,
Carolina.
us, Falcons.
Eagles.
No.
No.
Is it the
Falcons,
Falcons or is it the crap? Seahawks now.
on.
The Seahawks are now the
No,
Falcons.
that would be the Jets
Then the Jets are at 10.
or the Colts. Don't the Colts have that pick now? Jaguars,
'cause-
Lions, Texans, Jets, Giants, Panthers, Giants, Falcons, Seahawks from the Broncos,
Yes,
There we
from
go.
and then Jets.
and
yes.
then Jets.
Yeah.
So they said the Steelers would jump up. I would assume swapping first round picks, and then we'd get a bunch of other picks, so
Right.
that they could stop Carolina from taking the quarterback they want. If you think
Yeah.
about it, Jacksonville's set. Detroit's got Goff, but can surprise somebody.
Yeah, I've seen a few mocks that did the surprise.
They should be you would think they're the team that's taking the most phone calls when it comes to quarterback.
They could be a wild card and take him.
Right. They could, because they could see Goff is here to protect and train and teach the guy for the future.
Right.
Interesting them on Hard Knocks this year.
Yeah, I think it's more of the fact that Campbell's a walking cliche helps, and it's a really coach-oriented show, because all the
Yeah.
good years the coach actually runs the ship of like, all right, entertaining, and then you get the players, the fringe players, and then you got a couple star players here and there, but most part it's like the coaches that
Is
run.
is Goff going to be the first ever 3-time player on Hard Knocks?
Yeah, he'd have to be.
It was the year they moved to LA.
Yeah, that was his rookie year.
He was the year they were opening the stadium,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was 2 years ago.
and
yeah.
then this year,
I saw a
at least
mock
quarterback
draft
wise.
on NFL.com. And
Which one was it?
I think it was on Sunday. I don't know what guy it was.
Because one guy
He
had
had-
like 4 rounds.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Maurice Jones-Drew.
Oh no, that mock was terrible.
He only picks players for the teams that he's taller than, right?
No, he had a whole one. It was just like,
I don't know. There was
I'm being different because I can.
No, the guy
I'm
had
shorter
like
than
5
everybody.
quarterbacks going in the first round.
Yes, I saw that one too. That was stupid as hell.
I don't know who. I was like, I've never. Every mock draft, I know, Danny, you've done some. You do them on was it Friday?
Yeah,
So
do.
I started doing some of those on different websites. And when you go to different websites, you basically get the same draft almost every time. Like I did them on the Draft Network instead of PFF. This
Right.
guy from I think it's from Boston College. He's an offensive lineman. He drops to the Packers at 22 every single time.
Zion Johnson.
No, it's like
Zion
Bernard
Williams, because
something.
he doesn't play for the Pelicans anyway. You might as well take
No,
Zion Williams.
no. I'm pretty sure his name is Zion. The last name escapes me.
Oh, it's
Well,
it's
Yeah, I think it's Zion. His first name's definitely Zion.
So I'm gonna share with
oh
you
that's
guys.
that guy. I think is from. I think he went to
I think all my Chrome's have changed.
like Kentucky or something.
There's another tackle, Penning. He's very been getting named. That is very raw. And then Lindenbaum is another one.
So this is the as of yesterday mock for Walter Football.
Yeah, whatever.
This guy has like an 87% correct rating over the last like 7 years. So Hutch is one, which I'm seeing a lot right now.
Yeah, Walker has been jumping up.
I
a lot.
can't use that website. It's too annoying.
Buggy and stuff, yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
he's all accurate, but it's too annoying.
Evan Neal to Houston would hurt us.
Yes,
Hurt the Giants.
that will
Thibodeau
hurt
falling
us
to the
too.
Jets would be
Thibodeau.
great. But then
No,
again,
I
if
want-
he does, this is who we end up with, which is
I want
Thibodeau.
I hope Thibodeau falls to 7.
He's from Central Michigan. Bernard Rainman. It's the PFF
Oh,
has
okay.
has him ranked number 13, and he drops to the Packers at 22 in every single draft that I do.
That's funny.
So like I just end up drafting him every single
Oh,
time.
so who is Giants taking at 7? You're going way too fast.
Oh, so we have the NC State tackle.
Eki.
Pickett will go to
Equano.
Carolina.
Aquano,
Okay.
yeah.
Ahmad Gardner.
Oh, Sauce.
That's Sauce.
I want Sauce or I want Thibodeau.
So I just ran
So-
through a PFF draft, and
If
the
you're
Giants
if
get
you're trading Bradbury, you gotta replace him. So
And he's more of a press man. PFF, he did not give up a single touchdown
Yeah.
on man. So
they have those two guys on the PFF draft I just ran through. It's Sauce at 5 and Awanu at 7. Danny,
Yeah.
I need you. I need your help.
Me?
And you get out to your Giants people and stop thinking you're going to get Kayvon Thibodeau because it's not happening. That's
It's not
every
us.
single one of
It's
them.
the media for whatever weird reason is dropping them every time.
It's not
He
happening.
hasn't been good. I don't think
That's
he's
not
done
true.
anything.
If people watching his game film saying it's the exact opposite,
That's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
get
Like,
that.
he's
I don't
going.
know what's going on.
I don't know what the media.
Like the play, like
I always see it as Giant fans. And
Yeah.
they're like, Neal and Thibodeau is the perfect draft. I'm like, I don't. Maybe Neal. You're not getting both of those guys.
But for whatever reason, it's because everybody's looking at the mocks and we're like, all right, if people are mocking him there, then
So
get our hopes up with that.
that you might be right about that. And the problem with that is everybody thinks a quarterback is getting traded up. I don't.
Well, that's
That's the
because
biggest
these guys
thing. People all think
stink.
that.
These guys are terrible.
right. And the biggest
Malik
upside is Willis, and he's
some
far
upside.
from perfect.
The rest of them stink.
Willis is that perfect. Funny thing to say is Packer.
No,
Here we go again.
No, absolutely not. He should go to. I don't know. I want to say like the Saints. The Saints is the team I keep seeing him go to.
You're
And that
just
makes the most
excited
sense.
because your boys officially got a position this year.
He doesn't even have to be active this year. That they signed Dalton, he could just sit there.
Yeah, Dalton and Jameis.
Yeah.
But
When
if
is
you're
Oregon's
drafting a quarterback
pro
in
day?
the first round, 9 out of 10 times you're playing him. So that would be insane.
When is Oregon's pro day? Because he did nothing at the combine. Thibodeau. He
Honestly,
did a 4.58 and a 27 bench press and did nothing else.
What
fine.
else does he have to do?
Like a couple of people that I know and talk about, there was apparently this Joel Clappish interview that rubbed the people a lot wrong way. Rubbed a lot of people the wrong way for whatever reason, because he was talking about out after football life of like, I guess, about his personal goals after football for whatever reason. I didn't watch the interview. I didn't see the clip. I didn't see the article, but that was, of all the Giant people that I've talked to that they like eat, sleep, and breathe draft. Like they're showing plays of him just like stopping the run. He's like I don't know, Vin, you're probably right, and it is probably a pipe dream, but for whatever reason, the media is hyping it up for him to fall to us, and it's not just Mel Kiper. So
they all
I
have
agree.
to be,
I agree with you. If we somehow land Thibodeau, I'm dancing.
Because I don't think. Again, that's it. It's just that I don't think the quarterbacks are worth trading up for, and I guess we always do get to this point where there's no quarterbacks, and then the quarterbacks jump. It does always happen.
Right.
So it's not out of the question. But I also think Hutch and Kyle Hamilton are very, very good prospects that are worth not moving back for, taking them at top 2, and then maybe somebody moves into the Texans.
I've seen Aquanu leapfrog Neal a bunch of times.
I have seen Neal drop a couple times as well. I think he goes. I think you're going to get Neal, to be honest. I don't think the Jets.
I see it, and I'm obviously okay with it.
Fine, it's good.
Breaking.
Oh,
Bruce Arians officially retiring from coaching and moving to the front office of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Okay.
Brady's gonna retire. He cucked Brady. That's it. You don't want to retire? I'm retiring.
Because good for him. Obviously,
we went over this. They don't like each other.
I'm sure it's health related on top of everything.
It definitely is, but it's
definitely health related. But you got to think this is going to push Leftwich into that role. Yeah, because that's been he's been the hottest coordinator.
Yeah,
he's been the hottest coordinator, and what makes the most sense?
Time out. They do have Bowles.
That's true. It's going to be
but you can he wasn't a good head coach. You can leave him as the defensive coordinator.
Being Tampa Bay's head coach and being a coach in the New York City area is a little different.
I think that's the thing. Regardless of who you make the head coach, they're going to be doing the same thing.
Right.
That's what I'm going with.
I think they give Bowles the thing because he's been a head coach, and then you just Leftwich.
Well, I was thinking you give it to Leftwich. You give it to Leftwich, and you let Bowles just be like, "All right, Bowles, you're pure defense," just like when McVay took over the Rams.
Right.
Yeah,
it's one of them. It's one of those two.
You're basically going to put him in a room and go.
I would want Leftwich because that would be great, and hopefully he sticks around for a long time because he's obviously younger than
Right.
Bowles. But
If you're doing that, that's probably the smarter move.
But here's the bigger question about Leftwich. If he was like such that hot candidate, why has he not been hired?
well, I think
There's
like
a
he
lot
was
of-
an interesting candidate. I don't think he was a hot candidate. Only the Jaguars interviewed him, right?
I mean, we've been saying the same thing about what's his pops over in Kansas City, and that guy hasn't been hired.
Oh, what's his face?
Eric Bieniemy.
The enemy.
So I don't know.
I don't know. Well, we know. But
Imagine
we're
they
not
call the
getting
Chiefs
into
right
it.
now and just hire Bieniemy to be the head coach.
Why not?
Hey,
Right, we know why, but we're not gonna.
it's just crazy.
Well, now that
timing
they
that
Well,
have
he's-
that's number 2 on either Bowles or Leftwich. There you go. Mike Tomlin's not alone anymore.
Well,
Mike
and
Tomlin-
half of
well, they
and
didn't they
half of
someone
Mike-
hired Lovey.
Oh, somebody did hire
Lovey's
Lovey.
Houston.
You're right. The Texans did, right? You
Yeah,
got
yeah.
that Santa Claus beard rocking again. I like.
Yo,
I always like
imagine Tampa calls
and
up-
half of the
what's his
coach
name,
from the
Foles?
Dolphins. What's his last name?
Imagine
the
they call
nerd-
Foles right now and be like, "Hey, you want the
The
job
nerd
in
from
Tampa?"
the old OC from San Fran, Mike.
Oh,
something.
That guy is
Mike. It's Mike something.
that guy is awesome.
Yeah,
That guy-
and somehow he's black.
Did
That's
you
the
see him with
coolest part.
the picture
No,
with the
he's not.
undershirt, Danny?
Yes,
and
he is. I
the
swear
Miami
to God.
Dolphin head coach,
Yes, I swear to God, that was the running joke.
Mike McDaniels.
Mike McDaniels. That's his
Thank
name.
you. Yeah. No, I swear to God,
That's funny.
So if I
they
Wikipedia
consider him
page,
they consider him a minority head coach.
Yeah, black. I don't know.
there's no what my
I
He's a
think his
nerd.
dad has
sure.
like some black in him. He's definitely biracial, obviously.
I don't know. It's not on his Wikipedia page.
All right, whatever. We should do. I looked up before. There's I think there's a mock thing where we could all like do one at the same time.
Oh, okay.
I think the one Danny does, we could all do it at the same time.
Maybe.
I do like a bunch of them. That one website is absolutely insane, and I love it because it's
Also,
just
the one
just
that
send
offers you the trades.
Also,
It's like, all right.
Smoky
Which
Hill
one is
High
that,
School has
Danny?
the greatest logo ever.
It's not. It's not the Draft Network. It's not PFF. It's like. There's a third one. I forgot what it's called.
It's profootballallnetwork.com.
That's what it is.
That's the one you use?
That's my BS one where it's like trades and then you just like have fun with. And
See,
then
that-
PFF
right.
and then I use another one of NFL mock draft database.com.
But that is
Those are
the
the
thing
three I
about these is they're going by their rankings. So
Right.
they correctly have the quarterbacks. Like the one, PFF I'm looking at, they have Sam Howell at 22 and Malik Willis at 25.
Right.
So I'm at.
And then
pick
other
20.
times it's Corral makes it to the second round, and then
Right.
Ritter's there in the second and third. So there's a
According
lot
to
of
Ian
positions.
Rappaport,
What?
Ty Bowles will run the show. Bruce Arians' dream has been to pass it on to one of his assistants when the team was in great shape. Now Ty Bowles will run the show.
I don't know.
Makes
They're just
sense.
gonna lose Leftwich, I guess. That's their fault.
Peter King reporting Bruce Arians retiring from coaching, moving to front office. Reported to me, defense coordinator Ty Bowles has been picked to replace him. Staff being told the news at the second. Imagine
It is a
Bowles just
weird
walks in
time.
and points at Leftwich and be like, "You're fired."
It's just weird. He went to coaching. He just went to like the coaching meetings and stuff.
Right.
It's like
Like, he
Well, they
just went
kept
to
Bowles
the thing.
away.
free
How do you keep
weekend.
Bowles away from him?
A free weekend, I guess. A week, I
Yes.
should say. No,
Well,
I'm
we're in-
excited. One of my favorite times of the year, especially with the Giants sucking. And we've been doing mocks since December, even earlier. So it sucks. But yeah, I agree with you with Thibodeau. Obviously, for whatever reason, the media is blowing it up that he's landing to us or the possibility of him landing to us. So yeah, that's why we're excited.
We're just gonna randomly. Who's this? Oh, let's see what GM Mike Tannenbaum has to say. That's what I want to know.
Oh, I didn't read that
What
one.
is GM?
So
What
he has Hutch going 1, Sauce at 2.
Wow.
That's not going to happen, but okay.
No, especially didn't they get the guy from Ohio State a couple years ago?
Yeah, Jeff Okuda.
Akuda. There we go.
Didn't
His
they cut
name is
him?
right on in the thing, the description, so that's why I knew. So Kyle Hamilton goes 3.
Wow.
Of course. Garrett Wilson goes 4.
Garrett
Wow.
Wilson.
Garrett Wilson goes 4 to the Jets. The Giants take Evan Neal at 5. The Panthers take Kenny Pickett at 6, and then the
Oh my-
Giants take Thibodeau at 7.
See, like I'm not going.
you, Mike.
Steven, we're not
So-
going crazy.
So I'm actually looking at Bucky Brooks. This
Drake
one.
London and
he
then
has
Aquanu and
Hutch,
Chris Hope.
Trayvon Walker, Thibodeau to Houston.
Trayvon Walker is the outside linebacker from Georgia.
Oh, from Georgia. Okay.
Yeah,
he
going to Detroit.
skyrocketed.
He's like he's basically Rashawn Gary. That he didn't have to
No, he was-
pass rush in the thing.
Well,
in
he's
college,
an edge.
but he's got all the
Gary's
moves.
more of a tackle.
Um,
No, I'm saying
Sauce at 4 to the Jets, Neal
Right.
to the Giants, Icky to the Panthers, Jermaine Johnson to the Giants,
That's another name.
and then the other Jet pick would be Kyle Hamilton.
I don't think Kyle. I don't know. I
So
feel like
the Jets with
this-
Sauce and
this-
Hamilton.
everything
He'll
I've
be-
heard from Kyle Hamilton is he's like the safety, like the elite prototype safety that does everything now, which is
Right.
what everybody wants.
But that's I don't know.
How valuable is
top
he?
five
you
pick?
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. I don't know.
We've seen a lot of them fail.
Right, but if he's turns out to be
Yeah,
Mika
I've heard
Fitzpatrick-
Palomalu, and I've
Right, or I would say Mika Fitzpatrick, or what's his
Yeah,
nuts
that's a good one for
in
now.
in LA, Derwin James, like one of those guys.
But yeah, so I don't know. We've seen enough names. Like I have my 4 guys that if we get him, one of those 4 guys, that
So-
I'll be happy.
It's the 2 linemen, Neal and Aquanu. I'm assuming
Yeah,
Thibodeau, and who's the 4th guy?
Sauce.
Oh, okay, sure.
Hutch is gonna fall. You'll see.
No,
False
just not
Sauce.
going.
Well, if he falls, then add him to the list.
Yeah, add him to the list.
If he's there at 5,
5,
See, like
he's there at 2. You trade up. And get
I've
him.
seen like
trading every
scenarios.
pick we have in the bag.
Yeah.
I've seen scenarios that both Aquanu and Neal go, and do you risk taking Cross, the 3rd tackle out of Mississippi State, at 5, or you just hope he's there at 7?
I
And some
think if
people
you-
just better off just doubling up on defense and
Well-
then figuring something out.
I agree. That's what like. If
That's
you
like my biggest question me and my friends have like every so often during this whole process.
if somehow like we're mocking and Thibodeau gets to 5, and you take him, and one lineman goes before and one goes after, I think you just trade back at that point if you
Well,
can.
yes, in a perfect world, yes.
Because then you just take one of the other linemen, and you're not using that value there.
Right.
Or you could go double defense, I guess. You could go with the Georgia kid.
See, like this is what helps with the Giants is we have so many holes that we
You can-
have to just hit.
You can
on
go best
any-
player
literally
available,
anybody.
literally.
That's basically what they said they're looking to do.
right. Speaking of Giants, I got a
Oh,
moment.
boy. Giants
Okay.
moment.
So I think in my head, I significantly up the difficulty,
Okay.
but also I remember this. So I feel like you guys will remember this. It is October 2nd, 2011, against the Cardinals.
They came back and won, and Victor Cruz gave himself up when it was technically a fumble, and we got that call. And then Akeem
In
Nicks,
Arizona,
yes, and Akeem Nicks
scored the touchdown.
actually scores either the game tying or game winning touchdown.
Wide open pass, Patrick.
Hakeem,
Peterson.
Hakeem Nicks caught the game-winning
Winning.
touchdown.
A fun fact: it was one of the few games I missed because I was driving home from Boston.
But that is the Victor Cruz fumbling, but not actually fumbling. Was something
He gave
that
up, quote unquote, gave himself up, and
Yeah.
that's when the rule
Quote, unquote,
changed.
gave himself up. There you go. I guess it wasn't hard enough. I gotta step my difficulty up here.
That was a good
Todd
one,
now
though, Vin.
becomes the 4th minority head coach in Buccaneer history. 2 more than any other NFL team has ever had.
Dungy, obviously.
Yeah.
Him.
Dungy, Lovey.
Oh, I forgot. Lovey was their head coach?
No.
No.
I meant.
You said Lovey.
I said Lovey. I meant Bowles when I said it because Lovey just got hired.
I don't remember that.
No. Yeah.
It must have been before our time.
Coaching history. Let's see. List
Who's
of Tampa
after-
Bay head coaches.
Who's after Gruden?
Dungy, Raheem Morris.
Oh yeah.
Lovey was there in 2014.
Really?
Dungy, Raheem Morris, Lovey in 2014
Yeah.
for 2 years.
Raheem Morris got shafted on that one. That was a rebuild.
That whole section was the rebuild. It's
I
Gruden.
don't even. Why was
Gruden left
Lovey
in
there for a
2008.
year?
Raheem Morris.
Yeah, I don't even remember that, man.
Lovey was there for 2014 and 2015.
I thought
It gave
The
such
Bears
a
This
good.
was hired by the Bucks in January of 2014. Talking about his first stint with the Bucks, Smith said, "We didn't
I
like
guess the
when
Bears fired him after the 2013 season when they
on
we won the
December
Didn't they go
division.
31st, 2012.
Yeah,
Didn't
we
Smith
they
won
go-
was
eight. I
fired
think
as head
8-7
coach
and
of
1
the
won
Bears.
the division. That was the year the Rodgers broke his collarbone and then they came back the last game of the year and he hit Cobb for the game winner.
Right.
He
That was
went
crazy.
8-24 in 2 years,
Yeah, but
including
well-
6-10 in one of the two.
that was like post Josh Freeman era, or Josh Freeman was the quarterback.
Yeah. Wow.
And then he went to the University of Illinois.
Yeah. And that's when he debuted the Santa Claus beard.
Which works
That's a-
for him. I think.
That's a good beard.
Yeah, it's a good
hard to. It's a good beard.
I like Lovey.
Me too. I have to look at who the quarterback was. Oh boy, Josh McCown and Mike Lennon. That's what it is. Okay,
Ooh.
that's not his fault. I'm sorry. And then he got the first year of Jameis, and then they fired him. I guess.
That's some.
Oh,
high,
one last thing.
That's some high quality
I-
quarterbacking.
Dirk
Back
Cutter.
to if the Giants get like the cornerbacks. It's the cornerbacks it's very deep this year. So if they don't get Sauce and like they do get Thibodeau or
Isn't defense the
Johnson.
big depth this year?
Yeah.
The
There's a lot of
defensive side.
corners and there's a lot of good value in tight ends, which obviously we need.
Oh.
Because we have
Yeah.
one guy technically.
We're looking at the receivers. That's what we're doing. We're
Yeah, well, you guys better get a receiver. This receiving class is not. This receiving class is very sneaky good.
so it's
Receivers.
the ideal. This is yet another thing with those drafts. Early on, like probably a few weeks ago, it was Drake London was dropping.
Right.
Now he's like that
Now he's
one
shooting
had
up.
him at the Jets. Like
Yeah,
he's
the Jets.
one of the first picks.
Well, but Daniel Jeremiah had him in the first mock with the Giants, and everybody freaked out.
so the at least popular pick among the Packers people that I follow is the other Ohio State guy, Chris Olave.
Right. Okay.
He's like the body type. The big thing is when they draft a receiver, it's like a physical receiver who runs a 4.4 or something like that, which is obviously not an easy thing to find.
Yeah.
But that's like even when it
Unicorn.
was a raw talent thing, that's who they looked at. So he fits that. And there's another guy who, I mean, I got crazy with this guy the other day. He's from North Dakota State. I think Watson, something Watson.
Okay.
And his measurables, like combine measurables, are Megatron, like literally exactly. But he can't run a route to save his life. So
I
he's
know the guy
basically-
from Arkansas has been flirted around with you, Burks.
Is that Burks? Yeah. They're one of like Olave would be a legit receiver, and then they're trying to find the Debo, motion guy in this offense still.
Right.
So I think it could be Burks. It could be this. I think his name is Christian Watson, or I don't remember his name. But he went to I know he went to North Dakota State.
I also
So-
like the wide receiver from Penn State, who's going to be in the second or third round. But I liked him
So-
when he was at Penn State. Dotson.
A little subject change here.
Oh boy,
Michael Conforto news.
Ooh,
As
is that
for
what
Ken
Rosenthal's
Rosenthal.
tweet was?
where's he
Free
going?
agent outfielder Michael Conforto landed irregularly on his right throwing shoulder, diving for a ball in a workout in January, and wanted to
Oh,
get
come
back to
on.
100% before resuming contract negotiations with clubs. Boris said
This
that
is the
Conforto since
biggest
has
Boris
regained
spin
his
I've
arm
ever heard in
strength,
my goddamn life.
and that
Yeah.
contract discussions with clubs restarted about a week ago. Everybody has been wondering if it's a comic. Boris said no, it's just him getting back to normal physically.
He's such a fucking load of shit, Scott Boris. It's also probably the same shoulder that he swung out of its socket 2 years ago.
Probably, if it's true.
If he's not making shit up. Fire this guy, please.
Well, you can't make that up because, like,
I mean,
there's
I guess
records and physicals.
he's just fire this guy. I hate Scott Boris so much.
Yeah, he should have taken the Mets offer.
He should have just taken. I mean, it's as obvious, but he should have just taken the qualifying offer. We all knew a lockout was coming. Just
Right. 1 year.
after your trash year, you get 23 mil, whatever, $18 million, whatever it was.
I know it's a pipe dream and it's not happening, but I really wish they would just say fuck it and bring him in instead of Nimmo in right field.
So
Well, what's his name is playing right field right now? It's not even Nimmo. Nimmo's in
what's
center.
his name is playing.
Yeah,
right
Marte.
field.
That makes no sense, but whatever.
Marte. That
Like,
was the thing when they signed Marte. His numbers, and this is all analytical numbers in center, have been
It's
declining over the years.
yeah, but it's still better than Nimmo.
I agree, but Nimmo's were good last year. That's why they're doing all this.
Yeah, that's stupid.
The problem with Conforto, and I tweeted this the other day, he doesn't fit the current 26-man roster.
I know. That's the
because
problem.
everybody's there. The person you would get rid of is JD, and then you have no right-handed things, or you have no backup shortstop because then Guillorme is the one who leaves.
Right. No.
They have to just punt Robinson Cano into the sun for that to happen. It's pretty much what you'd have to do.
At least, like other Met teams, he would be starting second base, and McNeil would be like the odd man out.
Right.
Thankfully, so far that hasn't been the case.
No.
Other Met managers would be like, "Oh yeah, that big ass contract he's playing every day at second."
I mean,
But the thing, then think about it this way: is I'm sure he'll be playing DH more times than not, especially if depending on how Dom plays, I guess hits.
I really hope not. From everything we've seen, he just has no, like, he can't drive the ball for anything. Like, even when he played in the Dominican League, which we put no stock into, he hit like 350 or something, but it was all singles.
Right.
So I hope, my hope is it doesn't last long. The other thing is, like, this is a more of a lineup thing, and like, they have 5 guys that I'd like to put in the top 5 in the order, but 4 of them, like, Jeff is in the group that I would put in the top, but he's not a 5th place hitter.
No.
Like, the answer to this thing is putting Lindor 5th almost. Like, he's 5th the best, but it's not happening, exactly. So, like, I'd almost rather put McNeil, like, 9th and, like, do a second leadoff hitter kind of situation.
I was going to say it last week when I was very confused about Nimmo ahead of Marte. I think I would put Marte leading off, then you put Nimmo in the 9 for the double leadoff.
So that actually is not a bad idea. Put Marte lead off and hit Jeff second, and then go Lindor and the rest of the line. But then again, the 5th place hitter is like an issue at the moment. But I mean,
yeah, I think that could lead. Hopefully, that will be Escobar.
Yeah, he's swinging the bat pretty well.
Yeah, that, like, right now going into next week, I think that would be the way to go.
Yeah, I agree. I think right now it's Escobar. They gotta play Dom.
For the first
well, Dom. All right, so it would be Dom, Escobar,
probably.
Whoever the catcher.
I guess I'm interested to see, like, next week once they get into like a more, mock opening day lineup.
Because you figure either McCann or Nito are gonna be batting 8th regardless.
Either 8th or 9th probably. Whatever.
Well, see, this is the thing. We got to realize, like, we have to retrain ourselves from 2020 again, that we have a DH again.
So yeah, like I would go.
Like I would obviously do the double leadoff guy.
I would do the double leadoff thing with even Canna though, because he gets on base
Yes,
a
he
hell of a
gets
lot
on base
too.
too.
So you could
I
do it
like
that
that.
way.
I like that idea as well. Then.
Because I'm thinking Escobar is going to be more in the middle with
Right.
whoever's DHing,
Right.
and
They
then
will interchange, I guess.
right, you put the catchers and Canna at the back. Canna has actually looked better. Canna was the guy that I thought I was going to hate. Like,
I liked him.
he
I've
seems
had
to
him in fantasy.
be all right so far.
He gets on base, which is huge.
Yeah.
It's the bullpen. It's the bullpen. We'll get into it next week, but
boy.
it really the bullpen scares the living shit out.
Adam Ottavino is just going to be a.
But the thing with
frustrating-
Ottavino is he's good every other year, and hopefully it's the good year
it
out
is,
of
but
him.
it's also, and
He's gotten worn out. So.
Right. His arm's gonna fall off, and he's also familiar. Like sometimes he doesn't know where the ball's going. So
Right.
I would have rather just had the the devil I know is the devil I don't know kind of thing. I'd rather. I'm actually looking forward to hitting against Drew.
And you know how much I don't like Trevor May. I don't love him.
I don't know why you don't like Trevor May.
I don't know. It just seemed like every time I put on a game and he's pitching,
Too much
he's just...
off field for him.
Oh come on!
Like,
Plays video
shut the
games.
f-
I don't. That's not the reason why I don't like him, but it's just every time I put on a game and he's pitching, he makes it an adventure, and it's just like, ugh. Here we go again.
Well, I mean, they definitely needed to get another arm, and they didn't. Because I've been on this train for a while, but like you can't just sit here and rely on Seth Lugo when he can't pitch every day. Like he needs to be an extra piece almost, which is
right.
I mean, I guess we're gonna.
And then what sucks with him is you use him for multiple innings. One day he's out for 3 games.
Right. I'm just gonna throw Miguel Castro's arm off again, I guess.
Yeah, but he's like Gumby, so it's fine.
I mean, God bless him. Luis Rojas murdered that man.
Yeah, he did.
I hope
he was
Buck,
good, and then he just fell off of a cliff.
Yeah, I hope Buck handles him better.
That's the hope.
The lefties have been pitching okay. The guys they brought in though. Jason Shreve, I mean, was fine, and the other guy Claudio he's like kind of a side armor. Like Pedro Feliciano reminds me of at least.
Rest in peace, by the way.
Rest in peace, Pedro Feliciano.
Well, do we think Sinjo shows up to Alzheimer's Day in the hover car that he's flying around in Japan?
That man is outside of his mind.
That man was a fan favorite for 5 years in this city.
Yeah, so I was busy at work today, so I quickly glanced. I didn't really have time to.
Did you swipe?
I didn't. I just saw the first tweet of him in a hoverboard.
Yeah, he's flying around the field in a hoverboard.
It's like There was like his introduction, but he's also, I think he's playing too. Like he's a player manager.
See, like you can't take that league seriously. That's like what's his name? Julio Franco.
Yeah.
Playing.
Yeah.
And you can see Tolo still do that. Tolo's like playing in some like pickup softball.
I'd love to see.
Danny, have you checked out this Savannah baseball team?
Oh yeah, the Savannah Bananas. Yeah.
Danny, you just said it. I'd love to see Bartolo manage a team. That would be so funny.
But like,
it's like basically the Harlem Globetrotters. Like I saw the video of them doing the jerk between the pitch.
Right, and then they said there's like rules that they should imply though. Like I think it
was the fan
catching hit a foul ball and the fan catches it, you're out. That's strike 3.
That's funny. I like that.
But I think you gotta have a level of difficulty because if it's just like a straight pop in the air.
So when are you guys going to Binghamton? Since literally everyone's there this year.
Steven, that lineup is stacked.
When are we leaving?
I saw it today too. I was like, "Oh shit!" They put all 3 of them in there.
We're gonna probably wait till after Memorial Day because 1, we're gonna see who stays there past that long, and 2, it's a lot colder in Binghamton.
I think they're all they're definitely a lot colder. I think they're all gonna stay because like,
unless they all like start off red hot, that's the only way they're gonna go up. Or injury.
Like Tommy said, if Alvarez is steaming hot, and McCann and Nito are just either hurt or doing
See,
terrible.
what sucks with Nito is he calls such a good game,
Yeah.
and all our pitchers love him.
You know what I think it's going to come down to.
Well,
Too?
it
And
doesn't
Vin and I were
suck. I
kinda-
like it for that reason, but
Right. He's a
We-
perfect
we
backup.
are
he needs to
literally
hit.
like
He needs to hit more.
Yeah.
I'm 100% like on the whole no DH thing on the National League. I'm going to miss pitchers hitting. You know, it makes you think about the sport when you're managing it. It makes you put effort into managing the game. But like we're built for a DH, and like the
Yeah,
perfect
we're
scenario is
100%
James
built for it.
McCann is known for having a good bat and a good arm, right? So if his bat's hot, to give a guy a day off and let him go DH
Right, like
a couple
Pete.
of days a week and having Nito just be that eighth hitting defensive catcher.
I think it would be a rare day for McCann to actually DH.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I think the list is too long.
Unless
of
he's like
guys in front
batting
of
like
him.
500 in a week. and
Yeah,
he
no,
needs to
yeah,
stay
yeah.
in. That would be
They
the only
actually
way.
start next week. Their season.
Binghamton, yeah.
Yeah, Binghamton and Brooklyn. Yeah,
I don't.
it's
Binghamton,
still weird to
on a
me that Brooklyn's a full year team
Yeah.
now.
Right? I remember I saw that and I was like, Finn, I don't think this is right. I think someone screwed up. And he's like, no,
Last
they're the
year,
low
yeah.
A. They're
Yeah.
A ball.
They're regular A ball now.
The regular A
But
ball.
what's St.
Like
Lucie
I
now?
can't imagine like playing in April, going to a game in April there. I'd
on the
rather
water,
like
that's what Steven said on the water. There's no way.
it's cold in August sometimes.
Listen, they have a great deal at the stadium where it's like for like $15 you get in, you get to sit by the outfield. You don't get a seat. You get the whatever that party area is.
Yeah.
You get to drink until the 7th inning,
Yeah, my dad's actually going
Unlimited.
to the 7-line game.
right? You get to drink till into the 7th inning,
Right.
and then you could go do it. And how many times have the three of us have all been to games together in Brooklyn? How many times have we gone, bought like whatever seat, and just sat like basically on the first base at
Oh
first
yeah,
base?
yeah.
I mean, you sit wherever you want.
Like
Right.
the last time it was like funny. The last Cyclones game I went to was Bobby V bobblehead, and that was ironically the first day Nicole didn't feel good because of the baby, and we didn't know she was pregnant yet. And she's like,
Oh,
"It's too
Jesus.
hot. I want to go home." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. I got what I needed." And then we went to Roland Rooster after, and then she was fine.
Steven and I went to Seinfeld night and got Fusilli Jerry bobbleheads, and I think I was asleep awake for the middle 4 innings because all of a sudden I woke up and it was the 8th inning, and I was like, I don't what just happened.
By the way, Vin and Steve, you know how much I like John Boy, obviously for my friendship with Justin and Bobby. Shea Station is a very good podcast.
Is that? No, it's not
With
Jerry. Is it Jerry
Blevins.
Blevins?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's
I've-
very analytical for you because Jolly is basically like Justin with football and like baseball analytics. So Jolly is really good too.
I've watched a couple clips online. I want to listen to it more.
Yeah, they're doing the PPPs. That's what I like about John Boy.
Yes, those I saw.
Talking Giants obviously does it. They'll do the breakdowns of each important player. So they've been doing it daily for Shea Station. So definitely give them a listen. They're definitely my now go-to Met podcast.
St. Lucie is low A now, so
Right.
I don't.
Well,
know.
they're always low A. They're a rookie, right?
I think their low A rookie is. It says the GL
Kingsport?
Gulf Coast.
Kingsport, right?
Yeah, they took Kingsport, I guess, or they didn't
Kingsport
take-
is
no.
basically gone.
Right. And that was a good thing about
Well, Kingsport and was it Columbus, the Fireflies?
Yeah, Columbia, I think is
yeah,
gone.
Columbia.
That's a great hat that I have though.
You got the
Ye-
Tebow shirt too?
No, because when I went to the
Was that
Cyclone game
Dick's?
last summer, they had like
Oh, okay.
all
The
the
other
hats.
team.
So
That's
I
cool.
saw the Columbus one on the Columbia one. I'm like, yes, I've been looking for this.
Yeah,
one.
the
With
Cyclone.
the like neon firefly.
The Cyclone
Right.
Stadium has a very good hat collection to
Right.
pick from.
I'm still mad at myself. I didn't pull the trigger on the pizza hat.
Yeah,
What team was that?
Brooklyn Cyclones.
yeah. It
If
was
you
like
go
they
to
did
if you go to their store, if I remember, they have them.
They could have
Yeah,
old ones.
they had them, but they didn't have my size.
The downstairs of their store always has all the hats.
Right?
I
Yeah,
got
they didn't have my size.
Because I went, I don't know, Steven and I went later in the year. It was probably like August, and obviously because at the time it was only then. And I bought a Father's Day hat. I still have it with like the blue because I just like the color of it. But it was
Yeah, I
like
like that
well
blue
past
hat.
Father's Day.
Yeah. Yeah, I like going. It's crazy that it's over 20 years that they've been around.
Yeah, right.
'Cause I remember going the first season like 5 or 6, 10 times because we always got free tickets.
Well, yeah, there was Keyspan Park, so you, of course, yeah.
Right. Yeah. Of course. But no, but it's a fun atmosphere. Like I would take my son there. Like obviously,
Sure.
That's
not
not
like
a terrible first baseball game
right.
location because you're not gonna go for the whole game.
Well, you're not going for the whole game, and you're just like chilling, and then you either go to the park, or you go to L&B, or you go to Rolling Rooster, or dare I say, Brennan Cars. Like your day's packed.
Right.
So
Or you could do a Ducks game.
yeah, like it's funny, like
Nobody wants to do that.
the
Nobody
same
wants it.
distance, and you're like, yeah, I'll do the extra traffic with.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe we take them to City Field this year at some point, but we'll see what happens.
Boy.
Oh, well, that'll be a game that I'm obviously not paying attention to. I'm
Oh,
just
no.
there to be there.
It is funny though. I mean, yes, you don't think about it when you don't, have kids around with you, but those fucking clubs and shit are great for that. Like
Right.
when we went for my birthday, they took my nephew and went and like hung out in the club for like 3
See,
days.
it's a lot different.
And I was
than
like,
when,
yeah, just go have a good time.
a lot different than when my dad got tickets for my mom's first Mother's Day. And I screamed literally every time a plane flew by at Shay. It's a completely different scenario, and my mom has not let him live it down since. Because my mom
No, that's tough.
doesn't like sports, so that was what she wanted to do on her first Mother's Day.
That's tough. That's a tough move by your old man.
Ballsy
there.
move by my dad.
He really wanted to go to the game.
Well, yeah, it was 87, 88, so they were good.
Yeah, they were definitely good.
Well, okay. So
How was 329 Day, Steve?
it was a lot of fun. It was pretty
Okay.
cool.
Thanks for expanding on that.
That's really. It was fun.
Help us out
team
here.
The team did.
You do
the
promote
team did
everything there.
The team did pretty well. It was pretty cool to see, the photos I take on the jumbotron. It was kind of exciting. Taco shell sucked, but
What?
they made tacos. We had a Taco Tuesday party.
And they were bad tacos?
Well,
They have a Mexican restaurant in
insides
the
are good,
fucking
but the
arena.
shells themselves, they like double shelled them. But once you like made it into a taco and you lifted it, it just cracked right down the middle.
Yeah, that's the problem with crunchy
fucking
tacos. You
They
just
weren't
gotta know
crunchy.
it's par for the
They weren't the
course.
crunchy ones. They were the
All right,
cheap
that's
ones.
even worse.
They were the cheap
Don't
ones.
they have a Mexican restaurant in the concourse?
It doesn't
So,
matter. We were
did you
in
watch the game in the actual stadium?
No, we watched it at Belmont Hall because they had two of the
Okay.
unions were playing a hockey game there at like 8:00.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
Hey, it's still
they
cool.
have games there like every night, hockey games. If there's no like concert or something going on, there's some sort of local union, some sort of hockey game that goes on
Right.
in
That's
that
cool.
arena.
Well, you gotta get it. You gotta
You know?
use it somehow, you know.
I know every game day during the week there's a midnight hockey game after.
Okay, that's cool.
They usually start around. So the game ends at like 10:30. That game starts usually like 11:15, which is like normal for them for midnight hockey. And they always go running clocks, so they get them out pretty quickly within like an hour.
Sure.
That's cool.
So I know my friend Jared, we've had on the show a long time ago. I actually saw him at a game, and he's like, "Whoa, you have your camera, and I'm playing after. Why don't I give you a bracelet?" And I actually stayed after and got to take pictures of him playing. So it was kind of cool.
Okay.
So-
Have you guys been enjoying and getting used to the new stadium and the ins and outs and of everything?
Yeah, the place is simple. It's an easy. It's the easiest thing.
Like I know at the start of the season there was a couple of bumps, which every new stadium.
I've
has.
gone through every new
Sure.
stadium, the opening of every new stadium in my life so far.
The parking is still annoying, but everything
I've done
else.
street parking. I don't care about the parking lot anymore.
Okay.
I haven't paid for parking since January
All right.
Why?
because I
Because he
found
found
street
street
parking.
parking.
Oh,
Why
okay.
would why would I pay for parking if I could? It's
Yeah.
actually the same distance to walk from where I park for free
Okay.
as it would
No,
be
I
from
didn't.
the
I didn't know.
MLB.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
It's just
Having a
like when we used to
conversation.
park behind Starbucks at the
Right.
Coliseum.
It's basically the same thing.
Right.
Instead of walking through a giant parking lot, you're just walking down a block.
Right.
Sure.
That's really the only difference. So, and also Wings Over by you, Danny, is open till 11 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
I
So-
have not gone there yet.
So it's a nice, easy. Oh, game's over at 10:15. I'm at the car by 10:30. Boom.
What is it?
There. Wings Over. We get them with Devin all the time
Yeah,
from
it's
Farmingdale.
the
They opened
Farmingdale one. Yeah, those are very
They-
good.
They opened one in Valley Stream by across from the train station. So
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I've
so
yet
that's
to go. I've been wanting to go there. So it's good stuff.
I highly recommend them.
Very good
I
wings.
would go there before Buffalo Wild Wings.
yeah.
If I'm going to just sit and watch a game, Buffalo Wild Wings, of course.
sure
but if,
for
like-
the dining experience, but
Right.
yeah, if we're getting them, definitely.
If I'm
better.
home or whatever, and like people are coming over, I'd rather just do that.
Yeah, I order them on Sundays a lot for football season. Tomas
Yeah,
Nidos,
I'm
damn.
craving wings. I haven't had wings in a minute, but I had Chipotle. The limited time chicken polo
was good,
asada
right?
is pretty legit.
Oh,
I
I
like
didn't
they
get
should
a
bring
chance to
it
get that.
the whole time.
Did you guys try
No.
their the brisket? It was actually pretty
I
good.
missed the brisket. I didn't have it.
I had the brisket. It wasn't bad.
Well, yeah, Chipotle's not
It
bad.
was basically just their steak, just cut a little
Right.
bit more.
And probably smoked a lot more.
Brian
Yeah,
Dayball
it-
wants
it was a
Daniel to be
little
more
dry.
aggressive. Daniel, be more aggressive.
Well, yes, he should be more aggressive. We all agree about that.
He says he doesn't want him to be afraid to throw picks in practice. That doesn't sound good.
Honestly,
Well, this is as long as we get used to it during practice, it's a good thing.
That's true. If you get, maybe we should run interception tackling drills.
Listen, it's like when they were joking on Boomer and Carton the other day. Buck is into this whole we're doing everything, and he even said like the reason the Mets have more nighttime spring training games this year than ever is because think about it, 90% of the season's played at night.
right.
So
Yeah, usually they have like one
Yeah,
night game.
I was gonna mention that we have a lot of night games this year, which is okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a COVID thing because I don't know if this was. The way the
who knows what the schedule was?
But
No, Buck said that he wants to make sure every situation is being worked on. So like they're even during like the games, and Carden's like, I'm just waiting for them to celebrate the final out of the World Series.
No, let's not do that.
we're not
again.
doing that again. I don't. I'm assuming it's
and
a travel
even
thing.
Roberts laughed at it. Even Roberts was like,
Yeah.
as much as I
So-
love that they did that, that was
Back to the Daniel Jones thing
Sure.
is with him. It's just we need him to be more. We need the aggressive Daniel Jones back. What we have with Shermer, where he almost broke the single season touchdown record as a rookie. Obviously, the last 2 years it was more of a conservative with Joe Judge and obviously with Jason Garrett and him being killed in seconds. But
Jason Garrett.
I would love to see him be back to being aggressive. And I don't want to get my hopes up because obviously it's been 3 years, year 4 this year, and then we're in quarterback hell with him at the moment. So if he was to take another step forward, obviously that would be very, very good to see. But he needs to obviously show us that he can do that. I'm not going in blind again. He has to throw more than 15 touchdowns this year. Let's bump it up to 20, 25. And then
How about this? Let's
we'll
get
see
to
what
15.
happens.
Let's get to 15 by November.
Oh,
and
well,
work our
yeah.
way.
Let's get to 15 by October. Couple of game,
How about let's get back on track and actually throw one?
Right.
Because after the
Right.
Mike Lennon experiment,
Chris Myrick was the last meaningful touchdown from him. Because, yeah, that was his last game.
Who was it? Was it Tiki that
Myrick.
said it the best? Tiki
Oh.
Tiki said it the other day. Like,
Yeah. I actually like that. Tiki's great.
why not trading?
not allowed to say that.
I'm allowed to say.
Barkley is big is because like if you think about that offense in Buffalo, it's a lot of check down, which opens up the bigger pass.
Right.
And if Barkley could go back to the rookie Barkley, What was he great at?
The first 2
Running
years,
the ball.
yeah, he did catch
That's
81
tough.
balls. The thing with Barkley is, I hope we use and abuse him. Like,
Right, because if we're not going to resign him, we might as well abuse him until he's
Exactly.
gone.
like that's the one thing I'm scared about. with
Does
the
he have a
Giants.
backup at the moment?
It's Matt Brader right now.
Oh,
We
really?
We signed
Okay,
him.
but he's
bad.
not bad.
Yeah, but he's always hurt too, and for whatever reason they didn't use him last year.
The Niners?
No, he was on the Bills last year.
Was he? I thought he was. Okay, I guess he left San Fran.
Yeah, he was on the Bills. He was their third string guy.
Yeah, but they had the other two guys they have are good though. They have Singletary and Zach Moss.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I don't think that's a
I have an off-topic question.
sure.
I'm looking at the Rumble Ponies schedule right now. Why do they have 6 nights in a row against one team?
Probably a travel thing. It's a 6-game series.
Yeah.
I like it. That's I meant to say that about the Rumble Ponies. Both those guys, Batty and Alvarez, they only played like 30, 40 games in Double A each.
Alvarez didn't go there.
Alvarez didn't play in Double A last year.
He did.
Ben, we're going
No, he
for your
didn't.
birthday. Stud muffin night.
Make sure you bring your stud finder, Vin.
June 25th. Stud Muffin 2.0. The return of the muffin.
All right.
They're giving out a Bobble Muffin giveaway.
Ooh.
What does that even mean?
Nothing
I
like
don't
going
know.
on your birthday to Binghamton. Vin.
Yeah. Right. So I mean, he played 84 games in Brooklyn, so that's enough to go up, I guess. But Batty only played like 40 games in Double A.
Yeah,
Oh,
he went there like early part of August.
Who?
Beatty went there
Yeah,
early part of
Beatty. Yeah,
August.
Beatty went
because
up.
they
And
him
Mauricio
and
went there towards the end, towards middle.
that's what
to
I'm
end
thinking
of August.
Mauricio instead
Yeah,
of Alvarez.
Alvarez
did.
was in Brooklyn all year.
But well, he was
No,
yeah,
he was in he
was in St. Lucie
Low
for
A
like a
first.
month. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they
But he had
He
25
came to camp
bombs.
late. That was what it was. He came to camp late, so they left him in St.
Yeah,
Lucie
he
because
had
he had a
25
visa problem.
Hitting 24 bombs in Brooklyn or
That's
20
impressive.
home runs is insane.
And they weren't like cheap home runs.
No,
either.
Well,
see, the one he
nothing in
hit-
Brooklyn's
yeah.
cheap.
The one he hit the other night was a bomb.
Do we watch?
But
Pete's
they don't
from
want to
today?
block Beatty with
I didn't see
Vientos,
Pete's
the other
yet.
guy. So Vientos is in AAA.
Triple A, he's
That's
getting
what's
close.
eventually going to happen. Somebody's going to get hurt, and Vientos is going to get called up to like DH and pinch hit and shit. And then the rest of them will move up.
Well, the
behind him.
biggest thing also is Vientos is working out in the other positions. When he was in Binghamton, he didn't just play third base. He was
They
playing
said-
the
but they-
outfield.
They want Beatty to play left field too. He's the third baseman, but they're going to play him in left field.
And then what's Mauricio going to be doing?
Mauricio is
working out
not
at-
long for this organization.
He's actually been working out, like not game play, but working at second base.
He's
Is what
too big to be a second baseman. He's like 6'4".
But Jeff Kent.
Oh, again, another guy who wasn't long
I
for the
don't think.
organization.
Well, yeah.
I think
Well, Jeff Kent wasn't 6'4".
no. I think Mauricio is eventually going to get moved.
Yeah, he's going to be that one chip we're going to like just get rid of because we need a move.
Right. We're going to trade him to Cleveland for Jose Ramirez.
Yo, can
Yeah,
you
but then that
imagine?
blocks
would-
Beatty and
I don't
what's in-
care. Jose Ramirez can play second base. I
We'll
don't care.
we'll send Mauricio and Beatty.
Yeah, they can have both of them.
What's his face is still young.
Yeah,
No.
what's his face? is
Oh, the
great.
best was the other day. Somebody asked me, they were like, who's next summer's third base, second base free agent list? I was like, I don't know. I'm not worrying about that because we have a bunch of young guys that we don't want to pay yet.
Yeah. Well, this is. It's all.
Oh,
Uh,
what's Pete's contract going to be at the end of next year?
Well, he's still got
Well, this
another year.
I think
Doesn't
he's
he?
got a year.
But the
Pretty sure he has another year.
No. I think Danny's right.
it's a
'cause
1 year deal. They said.
Right, and they called him up for the full season, so he's
Yeah.
only got 5
Yeah, they-
years of control,
Right.
and this is year 4. So next year is his last year of arbitration or extension. He probably gets an extension. I don't know.
No, I
they
mean
gotta,
you got it.
they gotta do Jake next offseason.
He has 2 more years of arbitration.
Oh,
Really?
okay. Then
Yeah.
they worded it wrong when the extension.
I think it has
Okay.
to do with this new CBA thing.
Okay.
I don't know. I thought
Yeah,
that
they
was,
worded it way wrong. They're
or
like, "Oh,
maybe-
he signed a 1 year deal," and
Or maybe it was one of those Because of the COVID year things.
I guess maybe
2020.
I don't know. Maybe it is 6 years, and the other thing would have given them 7 if they didn't do the manipulation thing.
Yeah, who knows?
I could be wrong. All right, so he's got a couple more years, but still, I mean, he's.
Yeah,
I get
the wording was weird, and it was like a 1-year deal, but I had a feeling it was ARB.
Yeah, it was.
related.
It was just they signed him to a 1-year deal to avoid the arbitration thing. It's just that's the contract.
Right.
You know.
So it's
Right,
going to be
he
like
signed-
1-year
yeah, right.
deals for the next 2 years, and then
It's
Yeah.
basically
Yeah.
what the Yankees didn't do for Judge.
Well, that was stupid.
Are they going to arbitration with Judge, or are they?
They're going to
They're trying
arbitration.
That's
They
the other
offered-
thing.
He wants 21. They offered 17.
Right.
But that's the other thing is, just because you have an arbitration hearing doesn't mean you're going to arbitration.
They have until that hearing. No,
I know
no.
they have until that hearing to figure it out.
No, apparently.
I
no,
think you should
they
just meet in
don't
the
because
middle,
of-
give him 20 and call it a day, and give him a
Becau-
10-year contract. And
because. Sorry, Danny, it's not in the budget, according to.
see, this
the
is
two
where they're
worst
going to
things-
stay. This move is going to
worst
be
things
where
they've
they
done.
save face.
The 2 worst things that they did so far this month has been we have a budget and we're blaming COVID for the budget. Like, you're not the only team that had trouble with COVID here.
Yeah, it's a little weird. And then
So-
they still traded for Donaldson, who's good, but
Well, that was the other thing I was talking to Devin
He's-
about it.
making a
if
lot
you-
of money.
If you look at it, basically all their contracts come off in 2 years. So they're gonna have like $130 million payroll in
Right.
2 years.
Right.
So if they could hold off,
So how
till
many
then,
years does Stanton and Cole have?
I think those are going to be the only 2 big contracts they have at that point.
Okay, I was gonna say that makes sense. And then Hicks, that was another bad contract.
Well, his is like just about over, isn't it?
No, I thought it was like a 6-year deal, 7-year deal.
So, I'm reading this quick. If a player and a club agreement have not agreed by a salary by a deadline, typically mid-January for a normal year, the club and player must exchange salary figures for the upcoming season. After the figures are exchanged, a hearing is scheduled, typically in February, again, normal year. If no
Right, it's not
1
till
year
July
or
this
multi-year
year.
settlement can be reached by the hearing date. So you have until the date of your hearing to still figure out a contract.
But they want to get that done before Thursday, so
But that's the other thing, yeah. Like the Mets, which this year is weird, because these hearings are going to be during the season for your contract for this season.
Right. Imagine like he goes out there and is like the worst player ever. And
I don't know, because like the Mets are doing it with Chris Bassett. He doesn't have a contract. They have an
yeah,
arbitration.
that needs to
date
get
set with him.
figured out.
Right. And
Right.
so I don't. I
So-
guess it like what this if there's no contract going into the first month, like do you?
He better hope that he
What does he
hit,
get
like,
paid? What
500
is
in
his
the first month.
paycheck amount? Like the year you get last year's salary, and then you like back pay him when they
Maybe
figure it out?
retro pay, maybe.
So-
That's the only thing I can think.
That's what my job does. That when you get like promoted, you get
Right.
a retro pay of the term you've been waiting for to get that position.
Right.
So Cole has this year, next year, the following year, and then a club option for 2025, a player option. So if he picks it up, it's another 4 years. Hicks has a lot more than I thought.
Yeah, no.
This year, next year, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. In 2028, there's a club option.
Yeah.
That's a terrible.
Oh no, that's
contract.
Stanton. Sorry, that's
That's
Stanton.
no that okay. That makes sense.
That was Stanton.
No, Hicks is like another 4 years. if
One
that's-
this year, next year, and 2 more years after that, and then a club.
Like,
in 2026.
Hicks's contract was like, all right, we're hoping he like turns into a superstar, and
right,
we're
and
giving
we're getting
him the
him
money
at
now.
middle money.
Yeah,
Oh,
and that
and then they
burned
still
them.
have Glaber and
Well, that's the other
I still
thing.
think Glaber is
is
going to get
Glaber.
traded somewhen.
Does he become the guy from 2 years ago or from last? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, everybody hopes it's from 2 years ago, but the thing with him is so screwed. Is half of the home runs are against the Orioles,
It's fact, just a fact.
and
Does it
Gary
count?
Thorne hates him.
I'm really disappointed there hasn't been a Donaldson Cole fist fight yet. Like middle of the diamond.
Oh, Cole already got his first Sterling call.
Cole? Or
I mean, McDonald.
Donaldson.
McDonaldson. That's what I hope that was the call.
It was corny, but it was.
It was.
Wait, I want to ask Danny. You listen to more radio than I do. Did you catch what Joe Carton was saying when he was saying he would trade Stroman for Cole? Was he just trying to be a fuckhead?
No, he was.
I did
was
not
listening
hear
to-
it, but I'm assuming.
Okay.
So he was trying. He's saying it because Cole's not pitched well so far this spring.
Yeah,
and it's
because of the sticky stuff.
It was funny the other day. I'm driving and Carden's looking up.
Hit it out. The 1-1 swung on and hit in the air to deep left. That
It's
ball's
Donaldson.
high. It is far. It is gone. That's Josh. My gosh. He homers to
Oh my
left.
God.
The Yankees take as quick a lead as you can take.
It's-
That has to be workshopped.
That's
It's
gotta
spring
be-
training for him too. He'll figure it out.
It's been a long time since he's traveled. Also, you gotta remember that they haven't traveled. This is the first
I mean,
time
that
they've
was in
traveled.
Tampa, so he's been in Tampa.
Yeah, they don't go
Um,
anywhere. There's no like traveling this spring.
But were they?
I
in
think
Tampa
the
last
sticky stuff is overrated. To be,
But it was
completely
funny
honest.
'cause
It doesn't
Carden
seem
was
to be,
like-
Vid.
Carden was like looking up sticky stuff on his phone. He was like Googling non-scented, non-traceable sticky
Yeah,
stuff.
he said that the Yankees should
And
call
he's like-
Johnson and Johnson,
and he
then
goes-
and then Evan goes, "You sure they can't even get a vaccination done right? You really
vaccination's
want him
right."
to figure that out?"
I don't know. I'm looking at his numbers. He was shitty in September, but
He was shitty since the whole sticky stuff.
But he
situation.
had 3 starts in August where he was 3-0.
Yeah, August he
with a-
was hot. He
right,
had that.
with
He had that
a half
Astro-
ERA, a half a run ERA. So like, he was fine last year. He had a 3.2 ERA.
Well, for what the Yankees are wanting him, he's not.
The Yankees' problem is that their number 2 starter has pitched 8 innings in the last 2 years, and they don't seem concerned about replacing anybody. Luis Severino is just okay. He's the number 2 now. He's literally.
Well,
thrown,
he's
like-
already banged up. So
I know he's thrown 18 innings in the last 2 years. How do you expect anything from this guy? I don't know what they're doing. And yet they're still going to win like 93 games and be in a wild card game because that's just what happens.
Yeah, no. See, that's like guys like Vin. You're Vin, Devin, and Snacks just drive me nuts.
Well, that's what I agree. Look, they did not.
But what Devin and Snacks say, even though it's on the extreme side, they're not wrong. That's the
right.
crazy
They're
thing
both
about
over the top, and they know they're over the top. But then when you have legitimate conversations, like I did with Devin the other day, it's like this is a legitimate. You either have the choice to spend the money or put all the world of pressure on Anthony Volpe, which is what
that's
what you chose.
BT says that too, and
You-
it's true.
This kid is either the next big, great Yankee shortstop, or you're going to be talking about how you don't have Corey Seager or Carlos Correa for the next 10 years.
Yeah, BT literally said the same sentiments about that.
And to me, the part that makes it worse is that Correa took a 1-year deal. Don't let anybody tell you anything else.
Right.
That's a 1-year deal.
Right.
So you could have done that.
Right.
And
I
I
agree.
know if he might hate them, whatever. I can't imagine he would have not taken the money from them.
Yeah, see that players don't give a shit about that stuff anymore.
Right.
As much as they'll act like they do, they don't.
I honestly, it would be hysterical to have
I can't
Donaldson.
wait. Hopefully, Snacks is able to come on next week, and we have the two of them just hash it out for the next hour.
I would love to see a Yankee clubhouse with Donaldson, Correa, and Cole. It would just explode. Well, then Correa and Cole are friends, I guess, right? I don't.
I would assume so.
Although he did do that, put the agent hat thing on right after the World Series.
Oh man, yeah.
Cole.
You knew he was gone the second half.
Oh boy.
I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, that was tough. Steven, do you know you're muted?
What?
Okay,
Yeah.
I saw your mouth moving. And
What?
realized.
They took away the 2 years left on Bowles' contract and gave him a new 5-year contract.
Okay.
You'd figure and a lot more money.
Good for him.
Oh yeah, goes from an assistant manager to
Oh, did you? So that was a
assistant coach.
cool topic. Bring it up. So the Eagles are going back to their Kelly Gray jerseys in 23. So
The
that's
Greens,
cool.
yeah.
Okay,
They should bring those back.
I didn't read that. Is that just a third jersey thing, or are they going back to it
It
permanently?
didn't
I think
say.
it's a third jersey thing.
It didn't say, so it's gonna probably be up
It's
in the
probably
year
going to
thing.
be at least start as a third jersey thing.
Yeah, it's definitely going to start as a third jersey.
Well, didn't they
Because we
have it
haven't
as
seen
a-
it in 10 years. Because they had it with Vic.
Yeah, Vic
Yeah.
had it in at least some of
11.
the games.
I want to say 11.
I think
Right?
he had it in.
Yeah, they had it
In
for
10?
at least one game because they celebrated their championship, NFL championship with it, and it was against the Packers. I'm almost positive.
Yeah, it was week 1 actually. That was the game Kevin Kolb got his concussion. Clay murdered him. Apologies to Kevin Kolb.
And we're going to be able to introduce that for that season. And
What's
it's
this?
going to be if you all,
The owner.
which I know you do remember the 90s and the 80s with Randall and Reggie and
Talking about the green
Rome
jersey.
and Seth and Clyde and everybody. It's going to be that uniform, and it's going to be as identical to what that existed as possible. And working with Nike to make it happen, we wish we could deliver it right away, but it takes about a 2-year process.
It makes no
And,
sense to the 2-year process.
Or Oregon introduces a jersey every day.
Right.
And I don't know why there's any.
See, that's another team no one's talking about with the draft this year.
The Eagles or the Oregon?
Well, the Eagles, obviously.
2 picks, right?
3.
What's the third?
Who are their other ones?
It's the trade for the Colts. It was the Colts trade. Was their regular pick.
Oh, they got it because he played a certain amount of
Yeah, they got it for Wentz because he played whatever amount of games.
Miami, the Colts,
Yeah, the Miami trade last year when they swapped picks.
and then their own pick at 19.
So they have 3 picks in the middle of the
In
draft.
the
this
middle,
year.
right? And they literally made the playoffs last year. I'm very interested about them. I don't think they were as good as making the playoffs last year. They kind of had a soft schedule, but I'm interested with Hurts and whatnot.
They're the Eagles. They always scare the crap out of me. It's PTSD.
That's tough.
It's going to be interesting to see them. It always is because
And they're gonna rebuild that defense. They're gonna rebuild, and they'll either get a line.
the Fletcher Cox thing was interesting to cut him to re-sign him. when he
Well,
could've
yeah, it
just-
was probably to get the cap number down. That's probably all that was.
Well, yeah, but there's other ways to do it, which makes it strange.
Yeah, I don't know. There
Yeah.
had to be some legal.
There had to be
thing.
something in his contract that didn't let.
Yeah,
them do
there
something.
had to be some legal thing about that.
Random mock draft has the Eagles going lineman, corner, receiver.
Makes sense.
Which all of
I've
those
seen
things
the Alabama wide receiver going there.
this one has
The kid that worked out today a little bit, right? The one that
Yeah,
tore
is
his
that who
ACL.
it is?
Yeah.
It's crazy
This-
that both Alabama wide receivers going out in the draft both have knee issues.
This one has that guy I mentioned before, Chris Olave from Ohio State,
Yeah,
going.
Olave.
This is gonna
Him
be
and
what?
Smith together would be kind of.
What is this going to be like? The 4th year in a row where Bama's going to have a receiver in the first round, at
Yeah,
least.
they're Bama. What do you? Last
Yeah.
year was it last year or year before there was 3 of them?
Well, last year was 2 because you had
Smith.
Waddle and Smith.
And
And
then
then the
2
year
years
before
ago
it
was
was
Ruggs and
Ruggs and Judy.
Yes.
No, I think Judy was the year before that.
No, they were together.
They were together. I thought there was
No,
a
no,
third one.
Ruggs was the year before,
Okay. I don't know.
right? I don't have anything in front of me.
2019. When did Ruggs go?
I thought he went 2020. He went in the COVID draft, I think.
Alabama. They had the guard go and a tackle. Oh, Alabama.
And they had Ridley the other year.
So in 2019, they didn't have any. 2020,
20
they had Tua.
They had
Wilkes,
yeah,
Ruggs
Ruggs,
went 12,
Judy,
and Judy
and
went
Jalen
to
Rager.
50.
No,
That's,
he went to
no,
TCU,
Rager
no.
didn't play
No,
now.
Rager
no.
went to TCU.
No. TCU.
Right, and then we got McKinney in this.
Right, it was just Ruggs and Judy.
Yeah, it's been 2 the last 2 drafts.
I
So
thought
they
there
have
was
2 again this year.
I thought there was 3, but I think
Well,
I
not in the
lumped.
first round.
I think I lumped one of the Clemson guys in with them because it was the
T.
championship
Higgins,
game.
then you must have been thought of T.
Bottle
No,
and Devontae both.
maybe
went
that was
year.
last year that I did that. I don't remember.
When was
Would have been
Trent
2 years
Williams
for T.
on?
Higgins.
When
He
was
was
Trent-
second. Yeah, he was second round pick. Yeah.
When was Trent Williams on? What's their name's podcast? Because I saw a TikTok today and it said like
You're gonna have to be more specific.
PFT and Big Cat.
Part of my take.
Yeah. When was he on? Had to be
It
recent.
had to
right?
be during around Super Bowl time. I
'Cause
don't remember
him,
listening.
They
to
asked
it.
him if what it was like to have a quarterback named McCorkle, and he goes, "I didn't even know that was his name."
They don't know.
So, alrighty, boys. So next week we'll be back with our baseball preview. Working on some guests for that. Other than that, we'll talk to you guys next week. Enjoy your WrestleMania weekend.